I don't know if anyone cares, but sorry for the inconsistent schedule. I'm just trying to hit Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I have not consolidated times yet. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm here, and there's things to talk about because it is a real pants day. Normally, I wear like fake pants because I'm just around the house, but today I'm wearing real pants, getting real stuff done. Yeah. What's going on, throat? Anyways, indeed, I have done stuff. 2 seconds after the last stream, I figured out. God, what was that problem? Was it the enemies not shooting right and targeting themselves? Yeah, it's because in the behavior tree, the shoot thing instead of attack target down here, it was literally set to itself. I basically pressed stop streaming, looked back at the screen, and went, oh. And that's how streaming works. I also noticed that my Unreal's a little weird. I don't think you need to see the top of it like that, but does it matter? Sure, maybe it does. Let's move this down there. There's plenty of space. In the chat, you could overlap in the corner. Maybe someday there'll be enough chat that becomes a problem. But we'll just see. Anywho, look at them roam around over there. He's just roaming. He doesn't see me yet because it's not in range yet. All that use messages in the corner, they're using smart objects for roaming. That's what they do. That's what they like. I'm going to set this guy up here to heal them as a smart object. Depending on how today goes, maybe I'll be able to do that. And maybe I won't. Uh-oh. So if they don't have a smart object available, they'll just roam around at random. And then he saw me, and now he's trying to get far away from me and shoot. Pew, pew, pew. I also increased my hit points for testing purposes. And their hit points for testing purposes. Now he's almost dead. So he's trying to find cover. But he's supposed to break that. Maybe I'll look into that, because enemies need to behave. And then, who's that? Maybe I'll make the animations for his different angles. Try to get him done today. Oh, they're all synced up. Yeah. So what they do is they get closer, and then I want them to get actually really close and use a melee attack. Which I made some horrible art for. Which is going to be another flip book. Look at them all go. Look at them go. It's almost like this is a game or something. After so long. Look at them do things that I kind of understand how to make them do. You lost, buddy. I also found out some things. Oh, this isn't exactly set up correctly here, but basically I need to have 4 of these blocks. About 40 units or something. I don't know. For them to be able to move around better, so they don't get caught on each other. They can like slide around each other. With this, our nav mesh, which should be far enough away from these that they don't get caught on corners anymore. Right? Look at that. This is still broken. Like, it's not always aiming for... Oh, yeah, you should be able to hear that now. I'm sorry. But when I move, it's not aiming at the center anymore. I don't think that's a today problem. What are my today problems? First, I found my Ravenloft fonts. I'm not only a game dev nerd, I'm a huge TTRPG nerd. And my favorite setting for D&D, at least, is Ravenloft. And at one point, I found the fonts that they were using for 2nd and 3rd edition. Look at them, their fonts. Maybe I won't use them anymore. I don't know. It don't matter, because you can still read it. So yes, I fixed things. NPC Melee. Maybe. Let's look into what we would need to do for that. Because it is a ability that needs to be created that is not shooting. And it's been a month since I worked on the ability system. 3 weeks. I'm not sure I could do that from scratch, because I don't do tutorials here while I'm streaming. No. I try to muscle my way through it. Hopefully you're entertained by me smashing my face into Unreal. Because that's what tends to happen. I changed my stats. Oh, data tables, you're so lovely. So there's a shoot and move. So the tutorial that I'm following for all of the how to set this stuff up in the Blackboard, he does all his stuff through animation montages. But I was going to say, I don't think I can. So in an animation montage, you take an animation and the character, and they're like playing the animation, and you can like scrub through it left and right. And then at different points, you can put a little dot down and say, this is a notify, and then other stuff can trigger from that notify, like attack or get hit. But our little mans don't do that. By the way, this isn't the actual thing for him. I just have that in there because I needed some flip books. We're using flip books. We don't get montages. I don't think. Hold on. Front. Flippy book. We're going to be 12. Yeah, I can't right click and do anything down here. You can't add notifies to a flip book. Be nice if you could. But we're not going to worry about that. This stuff here both simplifies certain things and makes other things more difficult. So which is better? I don't know. For this game, I want to keep going with this stuff. You don't need to save. I didn't actually... Oh, I did change the thing. I changed your frame rate. So first we're going to want to have a behavior so that when we start mucking around with abilities, we got something that triggers it to test it. What are my current... behaviors? Because this is the overall floating eye, so I need invader. I'm just going to close a bunch of these sub ones. I also did this big thing to try to make them figure out if you have no smart objects nearby, what'd you do when you're roaming? And I thought I had to make a thing to check for nearby smart objects. And I'm like, oh God, how do I do that? I already did it. That's the only reason smart objects work at all. I don't need this anymore. So you can use that, and those are all sub things now. Oh, I didn't update the invader to do things like the floating eye where it's less thing. Less thing make neater. Be neat. Be legible. Be understandable. Be little feet. Be little feet instead of an umbrella. Ah, satisfaction. Ah, good enough. That doesn't matter. So what does this guy do? This is where he goes to find cover if he is below 60% of his health, which I'll probably shut off, but it's nice to just have that there to know how that works. If he's set to attacking, go into combat state, which is for him, shoot and move, but when in reality it is move and then shoot. Wait, I'm going to fiddle. I'm fiddling with stuff. Now what do you do when you see me? Yeah, it's right, shoot immediately. If I shoot you, yep, you turn around and you're like, I've been shot. I have a vision for how the combat's going to go, but no concrete plans. I think I'm going to keep the ability to shoot bullets out of midair, and I'm going to want to shoot a lot more bullets for the enemies. And so you're dodging, but also using your probably unlimited shootingness to deal with those. And then the problem is going to become, and by problem I don't mean development problem, I mean the thing the player is concerned with, is avoiding shots while using their shots to give themselves enough breathing space they don't get hit more, while also finding the best way to shoot at the enemies that are shooting at them. Which means it's going to kind of be like a bullet hell game in first person. But not exactly. I've played Returnal. Returnal's pretty cool. Really challenging, but really cool. And they shoot like patterns of bullets. I don't know if that's going to be a thing or not. I don't want to do like, hey, it's the Returnal thing, but also you can shoot the bullets out of the air. I want to forge my own path, but maybe that's really cool. I don't know. Also, these first animation guy driving me up the wall. That's so highly technical. I'm going to yawn. It's such a problem that it wants to put me to sleep right this second. But it's a big technical thing. So it's going to require so much research. I'm probably not going to do that on stream because I need to actually do things like read and think. Whee! In case you're wondering where I'm ripping these sound effects from, I'm not ripping them off from anywhere. I have a program called BFXR that is on the web, but you can download a version of it. And it just makes sound effects like that. Makes that. Makes those. Makes that. It's pretty cool. Let's check it out. Are all my sound effects going to be like that? Outside of you grunting whenever you get hit or dying, sure. I mean, real world things should sound real world. That sounds like a beep. That's how that stuff sounds like. It's going to be a clicky do. So maybe real world stuff sounds real world. I'm not a sound guy. I don't have sound banks of sound. Might go over to a light switch here, the microphone, a crappy microphone, because that's all I have. And like flick the light switch real hard and just record that sound. Can't get much more real world than that. And I have to add a sizzle to the enemy things, but it's neither here nor there. Enemy melee. All right, so the first thing we're going to need is a subtree for melee. That's a task. Blueprint base, right here. Is that a task or is it a behavior? Hold on, wait a minute. I'm getting my terminology all. That's a behavior. The tasks all live over here. This is something that's different. This is not a task. It's the new behavior tree. Florp. Moving melee. We're going to do more than one sequence of actions. Sure. The first thing we're going to do is don't I have one that's just get close? I have to also make sure that I'm not using one of the ones from the Hoobity Joobity. The starter content. All right, we'll just make one up. I'm gonna run a behavior to run a behavior. Got a clear focus. And then how do I have it set up to work? And the other, did I erase it? Did I erase it? No, it's right here. This is what I want. Boy, I'm making things really hard on myself for no reason. All right. You're going to run real fast. You're going to move to attack range. You'll be looking at the player while you do it. I should change that from ideal range to attack range. But here's the thing. Default attack goes to event shoot projectile. It's not what we want. So I'm going to need a new. Just get off my screen. You're the wrong thing. I keep clicking on. What are you doing to me? I'm going to need a new attack. That is not default attack. It's going to be a melee attack. So this is where I'm going to go over here to Blueprint Base. And I'm going to come to Behavior Trees. And I'm going to come up here to AI Smarts and go over to Tasks. And I'm going to say BTT. Should be attack melee? No, I guess it'll be melee attack. to stay with the other stuff that we have. And then inside there, the first thing you have to do is overwrite event receive AI, and then you have to say the other thing at the end. I was finish execute. And then we're just going to flag that as success right now, but we might eventually have a thing to plug in there. So in a sequence, if that doesn't return as a success, it's going to poop out. In a selector, it'll go to the next thing under the selector entirely, the next sequence in the selector. It's not how it works for the other thing. I don't exactly remember what it is, though. It either skips that one step and keeps going. Yeah, I think that's what it does. Because if you want to make it stop doing everything it's doing, then there's some decorator hoops. All right. So what are we doing when we're shooting? Because we're interacting with the gameplay ability system. We're going to need this. So we're going to need attack target key as a Blackboard key selector that is instance editable. Now, this is not something that I then set the value to say attack target because that's on the Blackboard. No. Instead, it just works. How does it know that I'm looking at the attack target? Because it's not keying off this. How does it work over here in this thing that we know works? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why this has the correct value in it when we're not assigning this a value. We're not. We're just saying, hey, this key, get the Blackboard value as an actor. Make gameplay event data. Just going to do these two things real quick. Bam. Bam. Look at that. And then normally what I do is the rest of what this does. Send gameplay event to actor with the gameplay event data as the payload, which we are going to do. It won't let me do it. There. Do the payload. However, we don't have a tag for any ability because we don't have an ability that's a melee attack for enemies. I don't think. I don't think. An AoE attack. Quick weapon. Melee attack. It has a montage because I used that thing tutorial and it said you do montage things. So I did the things. This is when I attack. So when I hit the button to equip the melee weapon, it'll be like, here's all the stuff that you're doing. Here's all the asset tags. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to duplicate this and take this thing out. Because this is where all the logic lies. And then we're going to have to make up brand new logic. Where's that going to live since this was all montage based? But I still need an ability to do it. And I shouldn't really mix and match using abilities for some things and not for others. Research and development for a solo dev. Mm. 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 Yeah, well, let's just start down a road and see where it takes us. I'm going to duplicate you, and you're going to be Jalen Pixel. Pixel melee attack. Yeah. Now, see, when I was talking about montages before, that's the attack montage. And then here, I don't remember why I had timing stuff. This is, and the way that it, with the ability system, you can't just do normal notifies. You got to, where a notify has its own beginning and end. You got to have multiple ones. So if I have the stick, he's like, with the stick that he doesn't currently have. And this says, do thing. Instead, we're going to have to not do that. And it hurts my soul. Clear. We don't get an attack montage. Pixel attack. All this other stuff is correct. Oh, good. Event activate ability melee attack. Is that what we had in the shooty pews? Event shoot projectile. I guess we'll just try this. Copy. Paste. Now this should compile, I think. If I go back into the invader, which is what we're calling these guys for now, which I don't have open. I don't know why I put enemies in here. Stop it. Let's be a blueprint, even if I'm not using the blueprint part yet. And he should have... I should have just clicked on the thing. Currently has weak shot, equip weapon, and die. We're going to change this from weak shot to pixel melee attack. Now, inside here, I don't know what this will do. Right? I should be able to do stuff here. What's in here? I should grab that and set it to this. But I'm not doing anything with the magnitude. What do I want to do when this thing goes off? What am I sending to it? I'm sending the attack target. I don't know if I need that, honestly. Just in case I need that data, I'll grab that data. I don't know if we'll need it. And then what do I want to have happen? Well, 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 I don't know. I got a thought about how this could possibly work, but I have no idea if it's actually going to work that way. So each one of these guys, we got a bunch of these flip books. for different stuff. Right now, they're all the same. But there's one that I want off center. I am going to do. As soon as I open my mouth, my brain's like, here's 10 billion problems for why what you want to do won't work. This arrow represents where I want the melee attack to happen from. I'll make him yellow or gold. That's the fire point. Another thing I'd like to do is put little icons over their head for when they switch states in the AI. So I know at a glance what state they're going into. Because we only have 3 right now. We have passive, investigate, and attack. Anyways, all right, from this thing's location, we're going to play a flipbook, which I need to import. I think. Nope, I made it here. Pixel Whip. There we go. The thing is, when I turn this on, it's not going to do its damage immediately. Anyways, I think I should put this onto the invader and have it not visible and change its visibility state and say play from beginning. And then as soon as it's done, I'll make it not visible anymore. And during the time that it's active, specifically when... Stop it. Stop. Can you stop it? So, it's out. It's pulled back. This part. Half a second in. That's when I want to say, all right, if you're colliding with the player, if you're overlapping the player, deal damage. Is it gonna work? I don't have any idea. Let's go to the top. Add. Flipbook. Pixel Whip. Oh, that almost matches the size of his actual tiny, tiny arms. That's more like what I wanted to see. Maybe. Ah, 3D, you've done it to me again. Right there, and then up a smidge. A smidgeon. Forward some smidgens. Up another smidgen. Up another smidgen. There! Does it actually affect anything? Could. So, it's gonna stay white. I know damaged isn't gonna be a thing that I'm using anymore. I would have to take the current thing and change it. I'm trying to figure out how I did the damage effect. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. I want it visible but hidden in the game. And this will be FB melee attack. So it's kind of generic. And I don't want it. I want the. Ooh. I gotta check something out. It's gonna orient, isn't it? Yeah, it's not gonna orient correctly. Okay, he's facing forward, now he's facing me. It is gonna orient correctly. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, someone just shot him. Turn around and hit that guy. But he doesn't know how to anymore, because we just scrambled his brain. That's hilarious. All right. So far, so good. Hidden in game. So, we got to get to this guy through. You can leave. I can't read anything anymore. I did it wrong. Add. That's not the pixel whip. That doesn't go there either. This is. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Is that under the FB rotator? No. There we go. So that when I come back over to my guy, this is the one that's inherited. This is the one I set up. I'm going to take the nice little location, smack it on this guy. And then I'm going to take the scale, it's just 8, smack it on this guy. Oh no, I did it in the wrong place. Crying out loud, hold on. Oh, it should all be done over here on the main one. Paste. None of that. 8. I said none of that. And then here, we're going to say none. Now the base will always have a melee attack, but I might not be using it. It should not call it on an enemy that does not have melee, but you know what? We're going to go with it for now. Did that mess up any of this? No. All right, that's still looking all right? Yes. Okay. Delete. Undelete. Because I took it out of the other one. Whip. Delete. All right, this is now the correct one from the base. Get avatar info from actor avatar me. Get FB. Get cast to enemy base, which I know works for all enemies. Will that work in this context? I don't know. Get FB melee attack. Invader. Melee attack. Hidden. In game. Yes. Hidden. So is this going to specifically go to enemy base? How to propagate to children? Hold on. I know somewhere I need to have an ability. That's for later. We're going to say print string. Melee. I got to take a bunch of these old print strings out, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to make you bright. Purple. Pink purple. Pink purple. And then right now, I'm not worried about collision or actually doing anything. I just want to see in the game, does he have his arms swinging around all the time when I'm playing? No. Okay, good. So that is hidden in game. Now I got to hook up melee attack enough. Not here. Oh, that still doesn't feel like the right one. Not here. But in his tree, enemy base, moving melee. It's not that anymore. It's BTT pixel melee attack. Attack target. Look, I remembered that time. And then the ideal range is the attack radius. And so on the... Oh, where does that live? Combat. Attack radius. I'm in your face. And then in the invader tree, run behavior. Move and melee. Yeah. And that is what the invader is using. I'm going to double check real quick. Where the heck do I define that? BT. Enemy invader. And then for testing purposes, ARF. I just want invaders. That's all I want. Just invaders. And to keep one of them out in the open, I will give him a patrol point path. Point path. Of the only one that I currently have in the map. And I say, hey, jerk. Hey, it should at least unhide. It's not. It's not even giving the text message. It's not going to work the way that I thought at all, is it? You trying to attack me, bud? It's moving to points of interest. Is it not in the attack state? He's a stop every 5 seconds. Oh, and then he's going to the defend radius. I already have that set up in here. So that's already set up in here. Moving melee. He's coming over here, and he's closing. What's his defend radius? I know it's not always exciting and glamorous, the world of game development. Sometimes it's just poking at numbers until something happens, and that's okay. It's what it is. 750. So he moves away. That's fine. And then I don't want him to strafe right now. Now this will be back off. So these are both sequences, so it's always going to do these two things. Leave it there for now. I might want to make a selector to hop between them. And none of this matters right now. It's just this stuff. But I am a little vexed that this didn't do anything. So, should I make the Pixel Whip into a weapon and then have this guy equip it? Probably, sort of. Gameplay effects are inhibited. I don't know why. I don't need EQS. State attacking. It's trying to run a behavior. It's clearing the behavior. Moving melee. That's what it said when I flash her. You got to get close again, man. What are you doing? Point of interest invalid. What are you doing? All right, they're staying too far away. I want them coming up to attack and then moving back, even if that attack ability isn't doing anything right now. Which is they just look kind of funny. Which is why I have it set up. Move and melee. Move to ideal range. Attack radius on attack target. And then melee attack. Melee attack. Do the thing. And then we'll. This isn't doing its thing, but I think I'm sending the wrong one. I'll look at that in a second. I just need to see if melee attack pops up on the screen. Which you can't see because I'm in the wrong window. Here we go. Hey, little guy, flail. Flail for me. No. No. They're not even getting that ability right now, so okay. That's a problem. All right, so where's my shooty attack? Event. Shoot projectile. Event. Oh, look at that. Where's GA shoot projectile? Where are you at? This is just from the main character. That's the wrong one. It's the wrong one. Enemy weak shot. When do you happen? When event shoot projectile happens. Trigger source on gameplay event. Okay, that's our template. On gameplay event. Event activate ability melee attack. What are we sending? We're sending the melee attack. What was I clicking on before? No, it's not even getting here. It's not even getting here. That's the wrong thing. This is the right thing. Don't attack yourself. I was getting ahead of myself. No. Oh, it's doing a melee attack right now. Melee attack. I'm just going to drop it down to one guy. No. You guys go away. He's going to now be our core invader. No ambiguity about what's going on now. Doop, 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 doop. Hey, just walking around, being a guy. Melee attack. Look, it came out. Yeah, it unhid. Yeah, and it's saying melee attack. Yeah, that means the ability happened. Yay! Something worked. Tremendous. Tremendous. I don't need you open. Don't need you open. All right, we got our task for melee. Got the ability for melee. Got him open. Don't need that right now. 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 All right. So why didn't that happen here? Should I just say sequence? Oh, for crying out loud. There's a way of doing all these at once, one of the tutorials said, but I don't remember what it was. Yeah, selector isn't going to work here. What was I thinking? They're not selecting anything. We're just do this sequence. Okay, now that should work. When I go in here, because I don't want to just do melee attack, I want to do run behavior, and then I want to come back here and do that behavior. Move and melee. Move and melee. Does that work? Doop, boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. I gotta change his hearing radius too. Gonna worry about all that stuff later. He's not actually looking at me right now. Yes, he is. Oh, smack! He came up and he's gonna try to get to me. Smack. Is he gonna move away? No, he's just on me. Okay. All right, it's coming together. It's coming together. You've done your part, Prince String. You said that too. I'm pretty sure, right? I don't know why I'm asking you. You're not saying anything. You're not even here. Hey. Yep, it's saying both melee things. All right. Excitement. Does this work? Oh my goodness, it works here. So what we should do here, I hate using delays for this, but don't have the same controls in a flipbook that you do in a montage. I wonder if that flipbook isn't set to looping, if that's a thing that I could say don't loop, and then here, can I say play flip book? What do I have control over? Nothing. I can't do play from start. Yes, that's what we want. We don't need this delay here. What am I thinking? All right, you're unhidden, playing from start, and then half a second in thing. Collision. I have to see. Ah. All right. Wait, I'm thinking. We're gonna have to do a trace. A line trace. What did we call it? What's the component on the enemy base? Not that enemy base. Fire point. Get fire point. Location fire point. Yes. Get world location. It's kind of ugly. Target actor. Yeah, look, we needed it. Okay, wait, no, wait. No, wait, no. This doesn't have a length. Which is the trace that has a length? Is it by channel? All right, the end is just not going to be the actor. Not by object types either. I think this would be better. And then what we're gonna have to do, and I'm gonna go find the microphone is real far away. I gotta find the math. There's a simple way of doing this. And for the life of me, I can't remember it, even though I've done it like 10,000 times recently. What would be a good place to do the thing? Because all I need to do is get the forward vector. I need to know which direction is the facing direction from this. And say, go out X number of units in a way that doesn't make my brain bleed. Let's see if this works. If this doesn't work, then I'll make an array and slap it in there. Not you, you. Get world location of me. Get forward vector of me. I will need a float. This will be... Damn, melee reach instead of range. Hey, reach weapons and D&D float. I'm gonna make that. They're 250 away, so I'm gonna make that 250. No, attack range isn't a variable I put on there. Okay. There. 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 Clean. Oh, won't give me a straight line. This probably won't be what I want because it's going to be like, did you hit something you can see? It's be like, yeah, that wall. What am I doing with this? Did you hit the target? Break result is equal to the targeted actor. Branch. It's not going to do any of this. Why am I doing this like this? I want to say, did you hit the actor? If so, then do stuff. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The way the ability works, right? There's a tree that I'm barking up here. Uh, I don't care what the melee ability is. You're the pixel melee. So it's just going to do this. How does it work on the other abilities? Boy, this is a fun, smart thing, not looking at anything online to do this. Sure, with a weak shot. What all did we do here? We did a spawn actor. I don't need this anymore. For gameplay task. Assign tag to the projectile. Make outgoing gameplay. I mean, all right, all right, all right. What does a projectile do? Nothing. Okay. Speed, target location, duration. Da, 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 da. This doesn't have any logic on its own because it all lives up here in projectile base. Projectile base says, oh dear God. Projectile base says, event get play, activate. Da, 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 time by event. Do, do, dee, da, da, da. Begin overlap. Because it has its own collision. Applying damage on server. There you are. Apply gameplay effect spec to self. And your type is gameplay effects spec handle. That's what I need to do. Can I do that from the ability? I don't want to set up the. How does wait? How does the player's melee attack work? Oh, it's all montage driven. That's right. Also known as a non-starter. This is important right here. We just need the gameplay effect spec handle. And where is that coming from? Where do you get inherited? Expose on spawn, instance editable. That's great. Where is that being set? Where, my friend, are you being set? It's just there. It's just there. So we're going to right click and say make a variable and then set those things and then just hope for the best. And also we got to do this. All right. All right. So instead of a collision check in what we're doing, get out of here, weak shot. You stay open. You're just spawning the thing. And all this is just to spawn the thing. Get the class, get the attack target from the thing. Attack target is valid. That might be important. Get actor location, target location for spawn. Okay, we don't care about that. Don't need you right now. This works. Got the target in the gameplay event data. I don't think we're going to need that. This is what we need. We need apply gameplay effect spec to self. What am I in? Okay, yes, this is the right place. Targeted actor. Target actor. Ability system component. Get targeted actor. Get ability system component. There. Wrote the variable. If it's true we do that stuff, Then if it's false, we just end ability on its own. And then either way, I know there's an on to end ability, isn't there? Bam. So the ability lasts 1 second. Halfway in, we're doing a line trace. End of that. We need to get the gonna have to make something a variable here. Don't do that. We're gonna get that variable. We're gonna do this thing here. We're gonna get him, and he's over here. We're gonna get it right there, and we're gonna go here. And we're gonna say new hidden. Does this work? Be funny if the whole thing just worked. I'd be humbled. No, it's not hiding again. Is it because it's after the end of the ability and I'm putting a delay there? Probably. Yes, I know it can be cleaned up. That'll happen at a later date. Is that better? Do you like that better, game? Have I made you happy, game? Please work. No. This might literally be too much for this. Oh. I didn't set it to hide. Come here. Hit me. It worked. Come here and hit me again. Am I taking damage? No. But the hiding and showing thing, that works. One little step at a time. However, I am going to real quick. Since that wasn't the problem, can I just do this real quick and clean all of that up right now? Holding my breath. It's not very smart. Nope, that doesn't work. Interesting. Got scared there for a second. You still work, or did I just mess it up by Control-Zing a whole bunch? Hello, guy. Oh! You attack me again? Oh, jeez, you did. Why are you waiting so long? Oh, because it's this number here. Now he should try to attack me every 2 seconds. One, two. Pat, 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 pat. Good little invadery guy. Look at you. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to do damage. I don't know if I can. Oh. Ugh. It didn't hurt me. It didn't hurt me again. Let's put on debug lines to see what he's actually trying to schrunkle at. Not you. You. Did he just miss me? Oh, it's his forward vector. He needs to kind of be aiming at me. If I keep moving. He's not hitting anything. Roller skates. But you know what? We set up something unintentionally smart. Because we're getting it from the fire point. Just need to move the fire point over. Will it return true now? Nope. It's not. So our trace is not set up properly. So we want him to hit certain kinds of objects. Not deleting that yet. Do a line trace objects. Boop. Dynamic things like the player. Ignore self for duration. It's going to make sure all the same things are plugged into where I need them. Hit me! Ah, it hit me, but it didn't do any damage. It says it's doing stuff. It's coming back green. I'm like, ah. Oh no, it's always coming back green. You're supposed to ignore yourself. Whew. Yeah, that shouldn't be. What? Oh my goodness, I got scared for a minute. What was that? What did I break? I know it says ignore self, but I think that might be ignoring its own. I don't know what it is, but we're going to have to add an actor to ignore. In order to do that, I need to open this back up. World settings back here with my duty guy. Hey dude, hey guy. Interesting. He doesn't do an actress to ignore. Can I just make an array of self? Just to test, just to check. What am I in? I'm GA. I can't do that. I have to go and say me. There. Because this is just a hunch, but it might be completely incorrect. Hey! It will be a baby. Nope, that's still returning true. Ignore self is ignoring. I mean, it should also be ignoring the actor. Like him. It should be ignoring the invader. Right? Oh, and the ability is set to ignore the ability. And, well, I thought I just told it to ignore the actor who was using the ability. I need to know the name of it, of course, and you know what that means. Get name. Yeah, get object name and then print string. That's right. Now we know what it's going to hit with no uncertainty. What are you hitting? Not log string. Print string. Ah, my goodness. Oh my goodness. It was telling me silently. Are you hitting? Trigger volume. I'm staring blankly into the middle distance. But now we know, right? This trigger volume that we're using to collect all the enemies in there to increase our enemy collection counter, it calls problem all the time. Should we change it somehow? It has to generate overlap. It's world dynamic. It has to be. Because it has to overlap pawns and project. Wait, I gotta see something real quick. That's one of the reasons why everything was firing weird. All right, we could fix this somehow. There. There. That's all we had to do. Right? Yep. It hit me. And the hit thing is BP per first person character. And it's, oh, I see. It actually shows where it hit. I thought this wasn't working. That's great. It's not dealing damage, though. I needed to do the burst damage that it says to damage on the ability to damage. Because it's hitting the right character, but I'd taken no damage. Blap. Blap. Need a little noise. Anyways, oh, maybe I'll do that. BFXR. But only after I fix it, so I'm actually taking damage. Look at this. I'm just gonna ignore all of that. I really am. This is now where it is failing. Apply gameplay effect spec to self. So, all my other attacks so far have been projectile based, aside from the one montage one. The montage for the melee attack. Hold on. Tells something to do something somewhere. And I need to remember where that is. Don't mind that. What's using that montage? Hello? Why do I have a melee attack and a melee attack base? Oh no! No! Okay, wait. Hit scan start. So this is the part from the thing. Assign tag set by caller magnitude. Damage effect class. Damage instant. I need these. Gameplay effect. Hit scan start. Okay. Multi-sphere. Okay, so that is whenever I swung the thing. It would go blub, 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 blub. Actors to ignore instigator. And this is a... What are we in? It's just a blueprint. All right, that doesn't matter because we have the trace working. It's doing an array of out hits instead of just one. Break hit result, hit actor, get ability system component. Is it valid? We're not doing that. Hit actors contains the actor that we hit. Yes. So add unique. Apply gameplay effect spec to self. The gas component. Don't need to worry about this. What was the one thing that it was doing? That I really wanted. Something about the magnitude. So I am returning get hit. It's just this. I'm getting the targeted actor's ability system component. Valid? If you are valid, then yes. If you're not valid, no. That's fine. There's one other piece of info that I saw at that one point. It wasn't here. It was here. Do some weird. I'm putting this over here in another window and you can't see it. But I'm going to refer to it so much that I need it. I need it. We don't do that here. So, outgoing gameplay effects spec. Spec handle. Make outgoing gameplay effects spec. Maybe this is my secret juice. Sure, be a variable. Gameplay effect class, you shall be damage instant. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm on a road. I don't know where we're going. The road might go off a cliff. I'm not sure, but we're gonna try. Assign tagged set by collar magnitude. It's damage. It's damage. Is this just getting the same thing? I don't know, but we're gonna try it out real quick. I made such a mess. Such a horrible mess. Hey, buddy. Oh! It worked! Did you see that? I'm getting hit. We made a melee attack. We made a melee attack ability for our pixel guys. I'm overjoyed. I did something on stream. I knew it was a real pants day after all. Victory! I did the messiest. You come back and you're like, oh my god, what did I do? That's what it needed to be. That's what we did. Get out of here, spec handle. This is probably not even right, but it works. One of those situations. You know, you know, you know those situations. I just have a problem in math class. Or I can get the right answers. Does this whole thing just work if I would have made the target something? Okay, anyways, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I'd get the right answers to stuff. They'd be like, show your work. And I'd be like, all right. And they're like, your work's wrong. How did you get the right answer with the wrong work? I didn't know. Did I intuit it? I don't know. That's what this feels like. How did you get this to work? I did the thing that I did in the other place where I did the thing that worked. Mwah! It's beautiful. Beautiful. It's probably not the best factored thing, but you know what? I'll do damage effects and screen shakes and stuff at some point. Oh, stay away from me. No. Can I get him in the fire? Oh, you just went right over that. Come here. Yeah, you don't know what danger is. I gotta take some of these old messages out. Alright, so. Alright. Okay. Alright. Gotta make sure that's replicated. I think there's a bunch of stuff we don't need to say. This is replicated. But I guess we gotta know? I don't know. Let's see what happens. That happened wrong. Right, let me set this up, and then let me. Where's my pie window? There it is. Video memory exhausted. Yeah, that's great. I don't have a head. Deal with it. Oh, he doesn't want me. Oh no. Wait a minute. We made a thing work and added some debt. Multiplayer debt. That means we gotta go over to the Miro. Oh, we fixed this. Oh, we fixed. I fixed this. I fixed this. Feels good to say bug fixed. Who did fixed? And they shoot at themselves, but the boat doesn't move. We fixed it. We fixed it. Oh, we already have a thing for it. No issue. Combat doesn't work right in multiplayer. No big deal, right? I mean, technically not a big deal because this isn't going to be a multiplayer game. However, I want to continue to learn about multiplayer for if get job multiplayer, me know what do. Wow, we've been at this an hour and 45 minutes. But you know, I'm gonna. It's a victory day. This is a real pants day, everybody. Real pants. I made it too big, but you know what I mean. We did real work today. That's the good stuff right there. Drinking the victory. Yeah. I think at some point soon I'm going to have like a week of just fixing multiplayer and the animations. My two biggest concerns. He's waving bye to everybody. Yes, Invader. It is time to say goodbye. You're not wearing real pants, but today I wore the real pants and so did you. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. Bye.